Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. We are back with a Spider-Man, the animated series figure. I know it's been a while since I've done one from the animated series, but I got this one for Christmas. Very excited to get it, was not expecting it at all, and it is the Lizard. So we got a really cool picture of him right here on the side, and then we got the figure. And I know there are some variations that I've seen before looking on eBay. I think there's a red shirt one, maybe a purple or a black shirt one. If you guys know the difference on those, if there's one that's more rare, just leave a comment down below and let me know. I can tell that they have different versions on eBay, but no one is really giving me a lot of detail as far as why or what it means. So before we get into opening the figure, let's just go here to the back so we can see some details. So there's a picture of the Lizard, and I'll hold this here for a second if anybody wants to pause and just kind of read through some details about him. I love this comic. It was one of my favorite ones. I've got the animated series comics printed in black and white in these bigger books. I think it's about 19 or 20 per book, and so the Lizard stories were always some of my favorites. And then here we have some things that we can do with the figure. So you wind up his tail counterclockwise, you let it go, it spins into action. I have read on some of these about the tail coming off. It's either on this one or the Scorpion figure, but we'll give it a whirl and see what happens. So you can only wind it twice and then let it go to make it spin. Awesome. So here we have some other figures from the series. Doc Ock, we've done the web shooter Spider-Man, we've done a different Venom, we've done the Carnage, we've got Lizard going on here, I've done Kingpin, and I don't think I've done any of these. Been looking at Kraven the Hunter. So with that said, here's the package from the front one more time, and let's go ahead and get him out of the box. So I might need a knife for this one just to make sure that we don't rip up the box too much. Just gonna kind of follow it around the sides. Now the Spider-Man videos on the channel have been pretty popular, so if you guys have any requests, just let me know which ones you'd like to see. I do my best to get as many of the figures as you request. Some of them are a little bit more expensive, and so I can't get them immediately, but I'm always paying attention to the requests. I guess I always do my best to get the figures if I can. So this one doesn't have any accessories. Well, I guess the tail comes attached, and we'll get to how all that works here in a second, but let's go ahead and see the figure really quickly. So it looks really, really good. In the package, it's almost deceiving. I wasn't sure just how good the quality of it really was, but then bringing it up close to the camera, I think they did a great job, especially considering how old the figure is. So this lab coat, it's a very soft, I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's like a plasticky, it's a loose plastic. There's something it reminds me of. I can't quite think of what it is. It's not a plastic bag. Maybe like a rubber glove. It's kind of got that feel. And you can see here the red shirt. I think even the sleeves on here are red, so that's a pretty cool detail. We got the purple pants. And here all the detailing and scales on his arms. And then when you lift his arms up, that's how he looks. And then his legs also do come up, and he does bend at the knee. They did a really good job with this lab coat, not just making it firm plastic stuck to the figure. There's a way you can probably take it off. I'm not gonna try to do it now, and I don't want to risk ripping it either. Doing good detailing there on the collar. Here's the back of the figure. You can see some of these kind of ribs here at the bottom. Very well suited to the character since his robe is kind of ripped up in the show and in the comic. And then here we'll put the tail. Just give me 1 second, I'll bring this behind the camera and make sure we do it right. And all right, so there's the tail. Just pop it right in. And see if you can turn it counterclockwise a couple times, and when you let it go, it'll spin back. So I think it said do it twice, so there's 2, and it'll spin around. If you do it more, it'll reset. So 1, 2. So pretty cool little detail. I like that feature there in the figure. Kind of looks like he's almost hunched over a little bit, but I think a lot of that is just his coat. If you pull the coat back, it's not quite as bad. And then if you see the back of the package. So for a 90s figure, sorry guys, let me get that to zoom in. You know, for a 90s figure, I think it looks pretty good. The one neat feature would have been here if they somehow included his name tag, but again, that's not a deal breaker, just kind of something would have been nice to have. But overall, really cool figure, really cool details. I love unboxing these. I love the animated series Spider-Man ones. So if there are any that were on the back of this package that you like or you'd like to see, please leave a comment down below. And I'll do my best to get the figure. Here's just one more kind of full look around. So when the tail isn't wound up, it tends to kind of fall this way, which I think looks good. You know, if you got the figure standing here, you kind of see a tail sticking out on the side. You could also try to lift it up and maybe get it to stay. There we go. So that might be a cool way to display him too. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the lizard, and we'll be back again soon with another video.